Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're basically becoming ancient architects to deconstruct one of the most detailed blueprints you'll ever find. We're talking about the design for the Tabernacle, straight out of the book of Exodus. And let me tell you, this is a project where every single detail, from the color of the yarn to the metal for the clasps, is divinely spelled out.
So this is really the central design question, isn't it? It's not just about building a building. It's about creating a mobile sanctuary, a sacred space that can literally travel with an entire nation through the desert. The answer, as you're about to see, lies in an unbelievably specific set of instructions.
And here's the core idea. The blueprint we're digging into isn't just a list of suggestions. It is a direct divine command. Every single element is precisely laid out. So for the builders, this is a project where success isn't about creativity, it's about perfectly following the plan.
Okay, so, like any great architectural plan, this one starts from the inside and works its way out. Before we can even think about walls or a frame, we have to understand the very heart of the structure, this magnificent fabric that's going to form the inner ceiling and walls.
The blueprint calls for 10 huge curtains, and they're made of the absolute finest materials available. I mean, just picture it. Finely twisted linen and yarn dyed in these incredibly rich, symbolic colors, blue, purple, and scarlet. And this isn't your average weaving either. The text specifically says it has to be done by a skilled worker and decorated with these intricate figures of cherubim.
So what exactly are cherubim? Well, think of them as celestial guardians. By weaving them right into the fabric of the tabernacle's most sacred space, the design is basically embedding this powerful symbol of divine protection and holiness directly into the structure itself.
Okay, so you have 10 separate curtains. How do you make them into one single, unified ceiling? The plan has this really ingenious solution. 50 loops on the edge of each set of 5 curtains, and then you join them together with 50 clasps made of solid gold. This little detail just perfectly shows the fusion of precision engineering with immense value, right at the very core of the sanctuary.
So with a beautiful inner sanctum design, the blueprint now has to figure out how to protect it. Let's move to the outer layers and see how this thing is shielded from the harsh desert elements.
Over those beautiful linen curtains, the first layer is a tent made of goat hair, a really rugged, common, and super durable material. Then on top of that, a layer of ram skins that have been dyed red. And finally, for the outermost covering, you have this layer of tough, durable leather. This isn't just a roof, it's a whole multi-layered system designed for serious protection and endurance.
Now this slide here reveals a really fascinating contrast, and it is all about the symbolism. Take a look at the table. On the left, you've got the inner curtains, joined with precious gold clasps, made for beauty. Now look to the right at the outer tent curtains. They're joined with functional bronze clasps, and they're even made a bit longer for better coverage. This shows a very clear hierarchy of materials. Gold is for holiness, for the sacred interior. Bronze is for the durable, practical exterior that has to face the outside world.
Okay, so we have our incredible fabrics, but what's going to hold them up? Now we get to the skeleton of the tabernacle, the rigid frame that's going to give this portable structure its actual shape.
The material specified is acacia wood. And you know, this is a brilliant choice for a desert construction. Acacia is a dense, really durable hardwood that would have been right there in the Sinai wilderness, which makes it both strong and incredibly practical.
But it doesn't just stay as wood. The blueprint demands that every single one of these structural frames be completely covered in gold. So you take this practical, sturdy skeleton and you transform it into a radiant, shimmering golden wall. It's a theme we see over and over. Function made divine.
And the plan is just so precise. 20 frames for the south side, and they stand on 40 silver bases. Then you have an identical set, 20 frames and 40 bases, for the north side. The symmetry is just perfect. The west end is a little different, built with 8 frames and 16 bases. This whole thing is a design built on order and balance.
And let's just pause on those bases for a second. In total, the plan requires 96 solid silver bases just for the main framework. Can you imagine the weight, the stability, and the sheer value of this foundation? This was no flimsy tent. This was a substantial, precious, and incredibly solid structure.
So the structure is up, the coverings are in place. The final major step in the blueprint is to partition the inside to create these different zones of increasing holiness.
So the interior is split into two sections. The first part is the holy place, which is accessible to the priests. But behind a very special curtain, called the veil, lies the most holy place. This is the innermost sanctum, the place that housed the Ark of the Covenant. And that veil, woven with the same blue, purple, and scarlet yarn and cherubim, creates the ultimate boundary of sacredness.
And finally, we have the screen for the main entrance. Now, it's made from the same beautiful colored yarns, but the text specifically notes it's the work of an embroiderer, which is a different craft from the skilled worker who wove the cherubim. And notice the foundation. The 5 gold overlaid posts stand in 5 bronze bases. There it is again, that hierarchy of materials was removed from the holy inside to the outside world.
And this brings us to our final thought. After deconstructing a blueprint where every thread, every clasp, every single measurement is divinely specified, it raises a really fascinating question. In a project where there is absolutely no room for creative interpretation, what does it truly mean to be the builder? Is your role about artistry, or is it about perfect, unwavering obedience? It's a question that really challenges our modern ideas of creativity and craftsmanship, and definitely something to think about.